Creating lead magnets is one of the easiest ways that you as a B2B service selling professional can grow the size of your database, put them through a funnel, and actually convert them into customers. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to create lead magnets for your agency, where to post them, how to post them, and where to actually drive the traffic after the fact. My name is Gavin. I make these videos really just talking about my own journey, share tips and tricks. My throat is a little sore. I apologize. I just love making these videos so much and feeding the algorithm so intensely that I record even when I'm sick. Anyway, let's get into the video. All right, here we are. I'm a little bit more higher energy than the intro was. Sorry, I was feeling a little rough, but I'm back. So let's get into this. LinkedIn. Now, I want to caveat this. Anything I say here for LinkedIn can actually be translated directly to Twitter as well. So what we're going to do here is we're first going to go onto LinkedIn, right? And we're going to simply go through our feed and find other lead magnets that people are posting. Now, the interesting thing is, I'm going to show you how to post and how to format all these things, but the interesting thing is the lead magnet epidemic has somewhat settled down a little bit, but for the most part, you can still get really, really good traction off the back of a good lead magnet engagement-based thing here. Now, what you're looking for... Quick one, if this video is helpful and you want a complete step-by-step system for landing clients on Upwork, which is a massive source of traffic for me, I have a full program called Land Clients on Upwork. Pretty original. The link is in the description. Check it out if you want to learn how to generate income using Upwork as a major traffic source like I have for my agency. Now, back to the video. Is a bunch of comments. You're looking for a post with a bunch of comments because what people are doing with LinkedIn is they are encouraging you to comment to get access to the lead magnet. And there's a reason for that, okay? The reason for that is because when you get a comment on the lead magnet or on the post, it boosts things up in the algorithm, all right? So if we go into here, we keep looking. This is somewhat embarrassing that I can't find anything, and perhaps somewhat speaks to the efficacy of the medium, but you know what, whatever. Great, I found one. So you can see the post here. You can see breaking, whatever. I'll tell you how to format the post in a second, but you can see that they have a bunch of comments under their post. And the reason they have a bunch of comments is because they have given away something super clear, and they've given you a clear indication of what you need to do to get access to the tool, which is comment Fable 5. And as a result, all the comments, roughly 2,000, have encouraged people to comment, which then boosts it in the algorithm, all right? So I'm going to come back to that, but that is essentially how you're going to format your post. You're going to create a thing on LinkedIn that encourages people to engage with it to get access to the tool. So what do we actually create when it comes to a lead magnet? The reality is you have to think about two things. You have to think about what your audience wants, and you have to think about what your ICP wants. More often than not, those two things are not aligned. For example, I run an email and SMS marketing agency, and I speak a lot about my experience running an agency, right? But my audience is essentially other agency owners. My services, I don't sell to agency owners. I sell to e-commerce businesses. So if I were to create a lead magnet for agency owners, it would probably get a lot of engagement because that's where my audience is, but it wouldn't be the right type of engagement. It wouldn't be reaching out to the people I actually want to engage with or actually want to sell to down the line. So what you need to do is create a lead magnet that you know your ideal client profile wants. So how do we come up with that? The reality is you have to figure out the services that you sell and what would be valuable to a client that you would service. Personally, I'm a big fan of giving away all the information for free and selling implementation for a fee. So how do we do that? In my case, I run an email and SMS marketing agency. So the giveaways that I do, or the lead magnets that I do, are flow outlines, free email templates, free account audits, those sorts of things, playbooks for campaign strategies, segmentation guides, that sort of stuff. Because that is stuff that my client needs. Now, how do we actually present that? The reason we do not put a link to our lead magnet in the actual post itself, and instead we add it to the comment section, is because when you put a link in your post, okay, it artificially throttles the reach. LinkedIn wants people to stay on LinkedIn. And if you link out to another website, it'll throttle how much people can actually see your post. Because if it promotes a post that encourages everyone to leave LinkedIn, they're not really going to be winning. LinkedIn's not going to benefit from that. So what you need to do is figure out what you want to give away. For example, I have like templates and templates for Figma files, and I can give these all away, right? But here's the thing. I don't actually want to give them a direct link to this. Instead, I want to take them somewhere where I capture their email address and then give them the link, okay? So I'm explaining the funnel here. First, you post on LinkedIn without any links in your post. Then, you encourage them to comment on your post. Then you encourage them to go somewhere to give them your email address, and then you give them what they promised, what was promised to them. So let me show you how I do that. Now, I've actually built my entire website using Lovable, and this was built using entirely AI, which I'll speak to later. I'll make a separate video about that. But this is the landing page I'd send them to. Now, I'm going to show you the exact process of me writing these posts, by the way. I'm going to explain in a second. I'm just highlighting the entire strategy, and I'm going to show you me actually implementing it. So, this is the landing page. I've created a lead magnet for our best email designs completely for free. I have a little landing page here, a description about what's on it, a little video that shows them what they're going to get, and an option to enter into their email address. Now, when they enter into their email address, what this is going to do is it's going to point them to an email marketing platform where you are going to send them through an automation that essentially gives a bunch of value, but then also encourages them to book a call. Because lead magnets are great, but it's what happens after the person gets the lead magnet that matters to you as a B2B service professional, or provider, sorry. So, step number 1, we got our LinkedIn post. Step number 2, we've got our landing page. Step number 3, we post the LinkedIn post and we actually send people the link to this landing page, and then we get them to opt in. Now you can build this stuff using Lovable. It's absolutely insane. I built this page to be about 10 minutes to build, okay? Now they opt in and it takes them to the lead magnet. Watch. It's going to take them directly to the lead magnet here. And here you go. Here's the lead magnet that they get. Cool. Now they get access to this file. We've given them what they were promised. What's in it for us? What I have done is after somebody gives me their email address, I put them through a big 30-day funnel. And I send them emails every single day, providing them with value, but also encouraging them to book a call with me. Let me show you how that works. Now, you can set this up in any email marketing platform. Any email marketing platform out there will work. Now, if my video is freezing and you see my dumb face here, it's because my internet in Mexico sucks and it's infuriating, and I want to attack somebody because of it. But if it's not, fantastic. It just looks like it's freezing on my end. But here's what happens, right? As you can see, I've got roughly 5,000 subscribers. We go automations. When somebody opts in, they get sent to this automation here. And look, we've already got 4 people going through it. And this automation is a sequence. See if I can zoom out a little bit. Here we go. This automation is a sequence of daily emails for 30 days, giving them a bunch of value, a bunch of information, educational content, right? Look, it's massive. It's 30 days. But it also encourages them to book a call with me. Now, in that call, right, in the emails, let me show you what one of the emails look like. We have this. This is the copy. And within it, right, let me just correct that because that's embarrassing. Yep. There's a call. You can book a call right here. And this just takes them to a simple Calendly page where I can then pitch them. Okay? And they book a call with me. And that is how I turn lead magnets on LinkedIn into booked calls. Okay?
This is just what I do. I don't sell this service, by the way. It's just something I do. So let me show you what a post looks like that I have for a lead magnet that is coming out shortly. So I'm going to go onto LinkedIn, go all the way up to the top here. I'm going to click Start Post, and I have one scheduled to come out tomorrow. So we go Schedule, View All Scheduled Post, and you can see I have got a lead magnet that is going to teach people how to build out automations, and it gives them a free board. I said, building automations off the back of Recharge is one of the most misunderstood parts of email marketing. We just built a playbook that we run for all of our clients for subscription-based automations to both reduce churn and develop product feedback loops when people churn. If you want access, comment, email, and I'll send it over. And then I just go little video to help with the algorithm, because I've found that just adding like a video or an image just helps with reach. Now, when somebody comments on that post, as an example, I'll go here and I'll find somebody who has commented on my post. Here's one here. This is not a lead magnet post, but it's an example, right? What I do is this. I would go here and I'd click the profile, and then I would DM them a link directly to my landing page. So I'd go here, I'd click message, and then I would DM them a link to my landing page. Okay? Now, on LinkedIn, there is a limit. You can only DM people you are connected to, and you can only send a certain amount of connection requests to people without notes. So if you cannot DM them, let's say I couldn't hypothetically message Igor, I would go onto here and I would reply and I'd say, hey mate, looks like I can't DM you. Here's a link to the landing page. And if I could DM him, I would say, hey mate, I've just sent you the link. The reason you reply to the comment is for two things. Number one, obviously it lets the person know that you've given them what you've promised and they should then opt in, which pushes them through your funnel. But number two, you commenting on the post is also going to help with the amount of impressions this platform gets. The more impressions that you get on the post, the more views, the more engagement, the more calls booked, ideally. That is how you create lead magnets using LinkedIn. Now you can actually repurpose this entire thing and bring it over to Twitter and do the exact same thing. Now, if you want to automate the process of automatically DMing people and automatically reaching out to people on LinkedIn, the only tool that I have found that has been useful is called Lead Shark. I will provide you a link in the description of this video. This video is not sponsored by them, but this tool allows you to automate the process of commenting and DMing people who have engaged with your post, because it can be really tedious. I've had some posts I've had like 20,000 comments. I'm never getting through all that. But if you automate the process, it can really, really help. Same thing goes for Twitter. You can use a tool called Tweet Hunter. I will leave links to both those things. If you have any questions, let me know. Peace and love to the world.